ఇది ఎలా
You are in
height?
live. You are in live.
ఓకే, ఈ హైట్ చాలా.
ఇది క్లారిటీ బాగుంది. నేను సెట్ చేస్తాను.
నేను ఇది కాపీ చేసేస్తాను, షేర్ చేస్తాను లింక్.
లింక్ తీసుకోండి.
కాపీ ఎలా ఇక్కడ
నాకు ఒకసారి సరే.
కాపీ చేస్తే
కాపీ అయింది. సరే ఉండు ఒక్క నిమిషం. వాట్సాప్ ఏముందో గైస్ యూజ్ యువర్ వాట్సాప్.
నాదా
లాగిన్ అవుతాను లేదు, నా దాని లాగిన్ అయినా మీకు పంపిస్తాను.
జస్ట్ పంపించేయండి నాకు, లేకపోతే కెమెరా తీసి ఫోటో.
నేను లాగిన్ అవుతుంది, నాకు ఒకసారి మీ నెంబర్ చెప్పండి, మీకు
6892509801 ప్లస్ అండ్ క్రియేట్ 6892509801.
ఇప్పుడు నా సిస్టమ్ నెట్ కనెక్షన్ అవసరం లేదు, హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఉన్నది అక్కడ ప్లే చేయాలి. చూడండి మీకు వచ్చింది చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఇది ఇంతే వచ్చిందా?
సార్ నేను లింక్ పెట్టాను లైవ్ స్ట్రీమ్, అది వస్తుంది ఆల్రెడీ లైవ్ అవుతుంది. వాయిస్ మ్యూట్ చేసేయండి. ఇప్పుడు మ్యూట్ చేద్దాం, తర్వాత వాడినప్పుడు
వినిపిస్తుందా? కాకపోతే ఒక 1 సెకండ్ లేటెన్సీ ఉంది, దట్ వుడ్ బి ఫైన్.
And just don't worry, today we are not going to have any internal exams, Viva exams, or any other kinds of attendance shortages. To begin this special journey, let us invoke the blessings of Almighty with a prayer song. So, I do invite Anila Bangaru and Satvika from ICE 2008 to 2012 batch to begin the prayer song.
Smrayami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smrayami Vasishtha Vamadevadi Vandita Mahaganapatim Mahadeva Sutam Mahadeva Sutam Guru Bhanutam Mahadeva Sutam Guru Bhanutam Marakoti Prakasam Shantam Mahakavya Natakadi Priyam Mahakavyanatakadipriyam Mushikavahanamodakapriyam Mahaganapatim Manasa Smrayami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smrayami Mahaganapatim.
Thank you, Amila and Satvika, for that soulful prayer song. It felt so peaceful, just like our old assembly days. To formally begin the proceedings, I now invite Dr. P. Srisuda, Assistant Professor, ET, and Secretary of the Alumni Association, to address the gathering. Now we have a lamp lighting by our esteemed guest. Yes.
Live. Please check the live. Live is on. Live pass. Live. ఒకసారి లైవ్ చెక్ చేయండి. లైవ్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి రన్ ఓకే. సో సార్ లైవ్ క్లిక్ చేసి విజిట్ Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, and everyone who joined the session. Yeah, exactly to begin one of the most inspiring sessions of the event, that is our panel discussion, Building a Legacy with a Woman in Tech. So we are pleased to have Pooja Vijay Kumar, designer, leader, and STEM advocate as the moderator, and our distinguished speakers, Ms. Subha Rajana, investor, advisor, and leadership mentor, Ms. Adita Bala, product leader at Amazon. They will be joining us virtually through the Zoom session.
అట్లీస్ట్ సైడ్ ఎక్కడైనా పెడితే
Hello? Hello? Hello?
They can hear you, you can't hear them.
Can you hear?
We can hear you.
Yeah, the session is open for you now.
Okay, awesome. Hi everyone. I'm so excited to be here and to prompt this conversation for us today and to really sort of kick off today's day with our panel. So what makes this moment so special is that we do have this honor of kicking off this amazing event, but also bringing together two women I deeply admire from the tech women community. These are women who not only lead in their fields, but redefine what leadership looks like in technology and innovation. So I am Pooja. I am a design leader at Autodesk, and I also serve as a mentor with the Tech Women program. And that's where I met Abita and Shubha. So Abita Bala, she's a product leader with Amazon CloudWatch, where she leads logs ingestion and structured logging capabilities and brings over 15 years of experience in really deep technical spaces like observability and AI ops, for those of you in the room who are familiar with these terms, and brings a really rare depth in technical leadership and clarity when it comes to complex systems and how complex systems can empower people. So that's Abida for you. And then we have Shubha Rajana, who is an investor and champion of deep tech, energy, and women's health innovation. Through her work in gender lens investing, Shubha has helped reshape who gets funded, who builds, and who benefits, all while advocating for ethical leadership and inclusive growth. So I know both Abida and Shubha through Tech Women. Tech Women, for those of you who do not know, is a program that connects emerging women leaders in STEM with mentors in the US. And the spirit of Tech Women really is shared growth. And what can we do to lift others as we climb? And this is exactly what we want to touch on today in this space. So I'll kick us off with maybe this, just open it up with this question of what really has been a turning point in your path as a woman leader in tech? Shubha, Abida, any of you are welcome to start us off.
Abita, you want to go first?
Sure, of course. Thanks, Shubha. Hey, folks, super excited to be here. And I love the energy in the room. So, hi to you all. So, going back to the question on the turning point in what made me a woman leader, I think the realization that I have something to bring to the table. I have had strong mentors who have guided me throughout my career. Sometimes you just have blind spots that you don't realize you do. So it's just been a team effort that's helped me on this journey, where I've had strong advocates in the room who have vouched for me. I have had strong mentors who have guided me on things I can do better. And a lot of grace by itself that I take one day at a time to see where it guides me. So it's been a wonderful journey so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hey everyone. I am actually thrilled to know that your organization is one of the well-known polarities charities initiator. I was actually reading up last night, and it's wonderful to know that. So my turning point came when I first became a mother. So I basically, like was like, so torn between like, going back to work and taking care of my baby and all, and then I started working from home. And mind you, this is like almost 25 years ago. Now I'm kind of giving you guys away my age here. But the situation was not the same. The working world is not exactly what it is today. So I started thinking about like other women in similar situation where they have wonderful contributions to make, yet they do not have opportunities to do so. So that was my, the moment that I started like my first company's retail, where I basically like allowed, like, gathered all these women, like, who were contributing in, in different fields of their career, and provided some opportunities and created opportunity myself in the, on the way. And that was my turning point. And that particular mindset, enabling others by creating space for them to grow, has continued till today. And I hope that could be part of my legacy as I can continue to move forward.
So beautifully said, Shubha and Amita. I think what I'm taking away is this connective tissue of feeling supported, right? And we as women, we see a lot of episodes where that does not come naturally in workplaces. I'm curious, like, what's something you wish more workplaces understood about supporting women, more so in technical roles?
So maybe I can take that. When I became a mom first, I still remember like I was with a very established organization. I was leading product there when a man leader came up to me and said, "Hey, how about you step back, take a break, because there are like morning meetings that you need to attend, which I don't think you would be in the right space to do," which I thought was very alarming. I think that made me consciously aware of the paths that I wanted to take, and no longer than that I quit and opportunities presented itself. And I believe like the network has helped me land where I am as well. But going back to your question, Pooja, I really feel it's important as a woman leader to know where you stand. You are equal to everyone in the room. It's important to voice your opinions and not let anything back you down. There is this Amazon leadership principle that I really like a lot, which is called disagree and commit. So, irrespective of the hierarchy of the diversity, every voice that comes to the table is very unique. You need to respect it and collectively take the decision versus not make assumptions on behalf of others. And I've taken that with me in every walk. Like I take it back, even in my personal life with the kids, so that everyone feels included in the decisions we take.
Yeah, plus one to all what Abita said, and I want to strengthen that by saying having your own voice and setting those boundaries, right? That is very, very important. Like, people, it doesn't matter whether your opinion is counted at that particular moment, at that particular decision, but it is important to have your own voice. I think culturally, I'm specifically talking about Indian culture. Like, we are all, raised with a belief that speak only when you are spoken to, and that I think a lot of us carry with us. But I think that is something, a barrier that I myself had to overcome, and I'm sure I still do. I still do because it's so inborn in you, right? But having your own voice is very, very, very important. And trust your own instincts. So I know sometimes, like, we are very, like, not like, not expressing like what our opinion is, what our instincts are. Trusting your own instinct is another big thing. And those are two things that, like, I guess this is something that I practice continuously, so that I could actually, like, figure out other ways to how else can I handle this situation, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing I want to make, a point here about is hard work. Like all of us, okay, we work hard, we're going to achieve success, which is the important part of the recipe. That definitely hard work is very important. But along with hard work, like cultivating leadership qualities, like what Abhita was saying, and what I second is having your own voice, setting boundaries, trusting your instincts, and make sure that you push yourself to be in that uncomfortable zone whenever you get a chance.
And one thing, if I may add, Tech Women, going back to what Pooja had shared earlier, Tech Women is a program that brings women across different communities. You realize this kind of a behavior of how women are treated in a diverse setting is so common in so many different cultures. So we are all breaking barriers together. To me, like finding that network of women, even if I can't do at work, bouncing off ideas on how to handle the situation has really helped as well, because you all grow together and it's a strong, safe space where you can share how you feel, and make sure your voice is heard, and use that feedback to take it back. Like even if you feel in a public setting at work, you're not able to, you need to find that one trusted mentor with whom you can share and see how you can navigate those challenges.
Brilliant. I couldn't agree more on some of these tips, as even I have had to lean on these forces in my own career and life. And I'm curious because Tech Women is such a strong force for us as we know it here in the US and even across the globe. How is technology fitting into the landscape today in your
180 degrees.
like what are some exciting or nerve-wracking shifts you're seeing more so for women in emerging tech fields like AI or cloud or deep tech? What are some that come to mind?
If I may take this one.
Go for it.
So, I actually invest in India, and as part of that, I get this opportunity to listen to many of these women entrepreneurs come and pitch in front of us. And I mean, on one hand, I'm like, okay, how come we don't have many women entrepreneurs? We see more men, than women, obviously. But one thing that I'm actually seeing is sector-wise, biotech is a field. I see that shifts a bit. You see more women entrepreneurs than men. And now I'm actually happy to say that semiconductor industry is another one. I'm seeing more women than men. So what I'm saying, see, like this is like women being in technology field and women actually surpassing that 50% mark in technological universities, to pursue their tech careers is definitely a great news. And I think slowly that is shifting towards like being a leader, being an entrepreneur, and taking all these challenges. So I do think that it will continue to grow. And I also think that like women are like entering into the VC world more now, right? This is not just in India but everywhere across the world. I'm sure like many of you heard about this great wealth transfer in the next 10 to 20 years, like, women are actually poised to inherit 60% of $83 trillion, around the world. And now it is like, how are they going to spend it, right? So, but all this foundation of like, being in the in technology or either as a leader or as a contributor or as an investor, all these things are actually paving the path for women to be leaders in technology. So it is not just about like getting an engineering degree, but it is also about how you are using these degrees and how you are paving your path to become a leader. That is very important.
Wonderfully said, Shubha. If I were to add some more to it, Subha and I had done our delegation trip to Tajikistan last year, which is in Central Asia. And at that point, a trend that we noticed is a lot of women are in educational sectors who are doing really well for themselves, There is a lot of drive and energy for them to learn on the trends across the world. So there is like stay hungry, stay foolish. So there is a lot of energy in the room where they want to be up to speed on what are the trends, say, across Africa, across US. So I love the fact learning never ends. Recently, I had been to a conference in one of the African universities, and one thing that stood out to me was the number of PhD holders, the number of people with patents. So women are excelling in so many different fields. So there is a lot of digital transformation that's going on in Africa today, and it's amazing to see women pioneering across those spaces. Recently, like one of the trends I have been seeing, at least in the United States, is a lot of women are venturing into entrepreneurship. Nobody wants someone else to manage the time. They want to be able to manage their time, especially with young kids juggling so many different priorities. I love that there are so many startups that's coming up. There are also so many mom and pop store kind of trends that I'm seeing, particularly in Bay Area, where even if a woman cannot make time to actually run a store, they go viral on Instagram stores, so many cute mom and pop stores. So I think the takeaway here is we don't have to limit ourselves to where we are. I think every environment that we are in forces a new creativity with which we can venture into what we want to do. And age is never a barrier to pursue what you have to.
So well said about, the age factor that also plays on people's minds when it comes to pursuing your ambition. And women are just naturally doers and leaders, right? I'm curious, like, how do you see, especially with this whole sort of culture of doing and achieving and hustling, how can women achieve that balance or that sense of rhythm when it comes to, looking at personal priorities or kids or parenting, as well as all these ambitions they have of achieving career success? Are these two at polarities with each other, or is there a way that people can navigate and still come out on the other side with whatever notion of success is?
Yeah, actually, my own story is an example of that, right? So as I mentioned before, I started my first company when I had my daughter. And then moving on, I had my son, a few years later, and I took a break because I thought that, okay, I needed that break, to kind of balance everything. And then I rejoined, the company. So at first the opportunities were limited, but as you continue to build on, as you stay with it, and as you continue to challenge yourself and seek opportunities, and they will present themselves. So the most important thing to understand with balance is that you are not going to have balance in every part of your life at one point of time. Right, like for example, Amita is a product leader and Pooja is a product leader, so they will have deadlines, and let's say like in a month of time that they won't be able to attend to other parts of their life, but that's okay. Then later on, they take a look at, like, I know Abita is actually on a weekend trip with her kids right now, so so you kind of try to rebalance, right? Later on say, okay, now I need to go focus on my other priorities, right? So I think women, historically they juggle with the, with the guilt feeling and with the, being able to contribute at work. And I think that is something that, we need to train ourselves, right? It's okay for me to, focus at work at this point of time. And then it's okay for me to focus on family. So I was listening to Indra Nooyi, I think, most of who she is, and she came out and said, it's not possible to have balance all the time. You need to have, I don't know, probably many of you know the designing life, the Stanford concept of designing your life. And I highly recommend, kind of going through those exercises. They talk about, the quadrants of life and where at any point of time, like if your total is like, 100% and not individually like, 25% perfect, 25% each, you are okay, because you kind of, as long as you're aware, you go back and rebalance that, right? So the guilt is the biggest driving factor for women, not being because of the historical, the society norms and the expectations. So that is something I do think that, we all need to make a conscious effort to kind of, I mean, it's never going to go away. We're all mothers at the end of the day. But at least you kind of like, reduce the, like, the level at which it is, happening. So, that would be my perspective. Yeah.
So well, Shaba. I was also going to quote the Indra Nui video in case folks in the room have not seen it. That is the mantra to live by. She talks so well about the importance of prioritization and balance. It's okay to deprioritize. I think her example was, quote, they had to bake brownies to a function and she had her chef in the office make it, wrap it in aluminum foil so that it looked like she baked it, but she didn't really do it. And it was okay to ask for that help and deprioritize baking it herself over some meetings. So she talks wonderfully about how it's okay to juggle, know when to show up, where to show up. I think there is like a decade ago, there was this concept of 9 to 5, especially in a lot of like working organizations now with diverse teams, like teams across the world. It's work-life harmony. It's not like work-life balance. So you need to be empowered to know it's okay to shut down in an afternoon because you have an important thing that you need to attend to. It's okay to work at night because you know tomorrow you're going to take a day off. You need to manage your schedules better. You need to be empowered to say no and prioritize what you got to prioritize. Like Shubha also mentioned, sometimes in the world you have projects coming up. So you need to be smart enough to know when to prioritize your launch versus your kids versus your hobbies, your personal life, because like it's not 100% pie. You need to know for how much you want to dedicate what time. And another thing that I did want to call out is the context switching of I have to do this, I have to do this. Like every day when I get up, I ask myself, what is the 2 things that I want to do really well? I stick to it. Rest is a nice to have. On some days, it could be, oh, I want to take my daughter out. On some days, it's, I want to excel at this meeting. But you need to be aware of what you want to prioritize.
Yeah, I want to add like something that, so I'm currently an innovation mentor for Tech Women. So one of these emerging leaders comes to me and said, she has 2 young kids. And she says, so how are you feeling being away from your kids? And she says, this is the best time I've been having. So it's okay to say that, it's like, so yeah.
Oh yeah, well said. On the mom guilt,
Yeah.
again, 100% you don't have to be with the kids. They understand, they grow up. Like I travel quite a lot for work. I'm sure all of you do as well. And it's okay to take those moments to prioritize your me time without having the guilt factor that kicked in. I think one thing that I do want to share, which recently my daughter made me aware of, is mom, you're not just a mom, you're an independent working woman. So we will support your dreams. So as long as probably your kids soak in the energy that you bring, and if you are able to set that example, they understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, you are their role model. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
A big part of this is also understanding our own selves, right?
Yeah.
Like, and knowing what are our core values and what we stand for to better express boundaries or what we think is valuable to us, right? I know today in this room we have a lot of inspiring women who have graduated from this college, and I'm curious, what can they do to be equally leaning into some of these communities and resources? What advice do you all have?
Yeah, yeah. So, one of the things that I always think about is like, like having these mentorship networks, right? That's as Abhita was saying, and I'm sure Pooja also has like a lot of experience with this, is very powerful, right? So don't look towards mentorship only like where you are going there to kind of connect and, all these networks, like, knowing each other, but it is also to get inspired, good. In my career, when I look back, me, kind of like going towards investing world happened 10 years ago when I connected with this group of women, who are already hey, we need to have more women in investments and all that. So that kind of stemmed from the fact. So my investor journey started there. And the same thing being an entrepreneur. So, you kind of go to these networking events and meet people and seek mentors, and you don't need to become one right away, right? Like whatever your mentor is, you kind of start understanding, what are the pros and cons? Like, does it apply to where I am in my life? As Pooja was saying, being self-aware, what are your requirements? And also, having the courage, so, see, we're all creatures of habit and creatures of not changing the status quo unless we push ourselves, right? So having the courage. My mom always told me, courage is your wealth, not money, courage is your wealth. So having the courage to take that next step, right? And you don't need to be ready, you don't need to be ready to be something. You could be just you don't need to just dip your toes and wait for a long time. You just jump in and then kind of understand. If you fail, it's okay. It's a learning experience. So I think those are the two I recommend, like having the mentorship, and not just you seeking mentors. You be a mentor. You be a mentor to someone, and you give back, whatever your experience by sharing, your experience with the people who are coming right behind you. That is also empowering. You learn a lot from there. I mean, like tech women, I'm sure Pooja and Anita will 100% agree with me. It's not just about us being mentors, but us being mentees, learning from them is also, a great benefit to us. So, yeah.
Plus one to all Subha said. There is also one more that I wanted to add, which I've recently started following. You should look up the TED Talk by Nandini Ramani, who's the VP of Amazon. So one thing that she shared really resonated with me. You need to identify 3 key roles of people who can play that for you in your life to help advance your career. One is definitely a mentor. Have a strong mentor who has a very personal stake in your growth, in your career, very invested in what you do. Have an advisor. An advisor is someone who doesn't know you that well, but is very strong in the field of what you're trying to accomplish, so that you can bounce off ideas and have that unbiased feedback. The third person, the most important that majority of us don't think about, is having a sponsor. A sponsor is someone who is in a position who can actually get what you want. Probably in some cases, it's a VP or someone at a higher level in an organization. Probably in your personal life, it is someone who you really look up to, can help you go achieve your dreams. You need to articulate exactly what you need in your life and figure out who are those 3 people who can get you that, because that's what will have you a very guided path and transition to what you want to be. Especially with sponsors, one thing that I did want to call out in the last 10 years of my career, especially in product management as I grew up, it's the sponsors who have gotten me to where I am. When you have a sponsor, when you see a sponsor, you need to be able to exactly tell them what you want, so that in a room where an opportunity presents itself, they will be your voice. So please make sure you identify those 3 key people in your life.
Yeah, and I want to add one more thing. Being a woman, we naturally kind of lean on, women in the group, but I highly recommend, have a diverse group of people in these 3, areas that Abhita was mentioning. because you need a men's perspective, to kind of like, shape the world. It's not just women, right? After all, we are 50% and they are 50%. So I highly recommend, lean towards like a man that you think that they can help you with your career.
Oh, absolutely. Like, interestingly, all my sponsors have been like the male counterparts who are excelling so well for themselves, who understand where they are coming from. So, if you think that person is a right fit, just go ask them. The last they're going to say is no. Build up the courage to just go and ask. Like, again, goes back to a lot of what Subha and I and Pooja are going here today. Just go, do not build that confidence, do not try to shut yourself down. Go ask what you're seeking for.
Yeah.
Such powerful advice. And speaking of male allies, I have a male ally right here on this call, Dr. Chandrasekhar, who has been my mentor for the longest time and who I really look up to. And again, I think it's really about, fostering those connections and even asking for help. That's something I struggled for a long time. And I still continue to struggle. But knowing that there are people who are here to help you and taking solace in that goes a long way. So, folks, I know there are women in the room who are likely itching to also ask us some questions. So, I'm going to turn it over to Venkat if you are back in the room. We do see you on the video, yes.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there, yeah. We take up the questions.
All right. Yes.
Anyone who want to add up to the discussion? The forum is open for discussion.
Now is your time to bring on the hard ones.
Please feel free to ask questions.
Or share some insights to the panel.
So, this is Shruti. First of all, it's really great to hear from these leaders, and you have echoed us a lot of the things that were like struggling in the back of our mind. Thanks for all the insights. So one thing which I want to understand is like you have told us like importance of multitasking, mentorship, and whatnot. Sometimes there is also guilt that stops doing things. Like maybe sometimes, like you said, like I want to take that project, but I know maybe my kid will fall behind in studies or something like that. So there is some extent where you can multitask or where you can prioritize, but always sometimes there is a guilt conscious that comes into the mind. How do you overcome that?
Yeah, I think we caught the last part of your question, but I'm gonna.
I think juggling priorities when it's harder to.
Yes.
That's what the theme was.
Yeah, juggling priorities. Maybe I can repeat the question coming to the.
Sure.
Thank you.
So basically, yeah, thanks for all the talks. And one other question was like, while you're prioritizing, there is also some guilt conscious that comes behind. And how do you overcome the guilt conscious? Like the example I was quoting was like, you have a project that you want to take that is really good for your career, but if you take that, maybe you feel like your kids might fall behind in studies because they have important work too, and you are the supporting role for them. So like while prioritizing, how do you overcome the guilt conscious?
I have a very strong story to share on that. So when, like going back to one of the stories that I had on a VP who said, "Oh, why do you want to come back to work? Like as a new mom, you want to take a step back and chill." When I let go and I moved, switch jobs that presented itself, I had to let go of my 24 weeks of maternity break, which was such a hard decision that I had to take. Like, was it that important for me to stand up? Or should I be okay with it, take my 24 weeks and then move on? Should I be prioritizing my kid or should I be prioritizing my career? Like, what was it that I was going after? I think just being honest to yourself on if I think this career is important to me because it helps me with my self confidence, or it's important because of the principles I have in life, and what I'm facing is not relying on the principles. Or like you and your partner are a team, you and your family, you and your circle of friends that you're with. Those are the village that takes to grow, raise kids. So literally I came back home one day and I said, this is what I aspire to be. An opportunity presented itself. Then I need you to help me with X, Y, and Z so that I feel less guilty about doing or pursuing this opportunity. Again, goes back to taking some time to reflect on why I'm feeling that guilt and exactly articulating it back as if I were to have someone help me on XYZ, like I had my mom come back and stay with me for some time till I was able to ease it. So there are ways in which you can creatively go around what I can do better to ease off the guilt, and respecting the boundary of yourself to do that, I think has really helped.
Well said, Abita. So, the having that support system, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Shruti. My name is Shruti.
Oh, you're on mute, I think.
Can you hear me?
If I were lip reading, it sounded like Jyotika.
It's Shrutika.
No, let's. Oh, Shrutika.
Yeah.
Okay. So, having that support system, plus one to everything Abita has said, and that support system, how would that look like, right? It's your partner, if you have one, or if it's your family support, your mom, your dad, and, your siblings and your friends, it does take a village. So having that support system in place is one thing. And also, you know, you ask yourself, like as Abita was saying, like, is this particular pivot in my career or opportunity is important for my career growth? And then have a discussion with your partner or with your support system and let them know, hey, this is what I'm trying to pursue and I need your help, and especially, sometimes, like, we tend not to go seek help in terms of, like, hiding that curve, hiding that capability, all these things. I believe, invest in all those things which make your life little easier. And in between, I'm not saying that you'll be okay, you're set for your life, you've set up all this. You will have that guilty conscience like trailing through your life. So for that, like, there is no crystal ball to that, right? So it only that you become aware of it, you talk to your friends, you talk to your mentors, and then get that support you need. You talk to your advisors, right? And tell your kids, hey, look, I'm very, very busy right now, and I really need you to be, like, helping me here and make sure that you are doing what you can. If you do that, you are assigning responsibility to them. And believe it or not, kids love that. When they are made in charge of something, they love it. So I tell them that this will help me with my career. And then again, it depends on how old the kid is, right? So all these things together work for you, not only taking care of yourself, but, like, progressing in your career, but also still manage that somewhat of a sanity, in your life. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Does anyone have any other question?
Yes, we can take one more question. I see that we're almost approaching the end of the hour. But
Hey Pooja, Shubha and Amita, hi. My name is Shri.
Hi.
I'm Shri Lakshmi to everybody in the room. I have a very simple question, but a thought-provoking question. I want from all three of you, what is the best moment in your life?
Any of my personal life. Let's break that down.
For me, there is no one single moment, really. It's a bunch of moments together because each one builds upon, like, the previous experience. Like, the first time I came to this country and seen snow in New York, like the first time ever, right? The first time I got onto a flight, and, the first time I got my job, and the first time I had my kids. All these things, they kind of, build, they kind of build one up on each other. And, one of the things that I know it's probably we don't have enough time, but I was watching this movie about time traveling. And one of the things that these coaches and all they advise you is, when you are feeling low, go back to a moment when you are feeling like really like achieve, like very very good about like who what you are doing, who you are, and all that, and try to get into that mindset. So I was thinking, like we have this technology progressing so much. Will this enable us to time travel, literally, physically, to go to that moment when you are feeling successful or when you are feeling so good about yourself and bring back that to like, to the current situation. So it's not just one moment, it's a bunch of moments together, and every moment is very valuable.
I so echo that, Shubha. I recently learned a word called glimmers. It's finding that spark, that happiness, that memory you want to carry, like in that particular day. And recently, I started something like a year ago. So every month, at least 2 or 3 days a week, when there is something that happens, I put a wish tree up at home, and I take a second to like write something, and that becomes a leaf in the tree. And over time, what we do is we spend our Thanksgiving or Christmas like opening through the whole year to appreciate what we have. There's just sense of gratitude. But one thing that I do want to say in one of the recent past, the best memories I've had is in a world where we are always looking at our phone, we are inundated with social media, we put ourselves through a bunch of priorities. I decided to take like a full week off with the family. We were off on a remote destination, blissfully unaware of the world. And it was so nice to recharge and reconnect just as a family. So I would want to leave you all with a thought that it is important to take breaks to recharge and let your brain cells regrow.
Absolutely. Diksha, that's a very beautiful question you asked. For me, there are so many too, but I think what I love really doing in my day to day is recreating those experiences so that I don't have to look at them fondly, right? And one of the things that I have started practicing more of is just going out in the nature. But here in the Bay Area where we all are, there's just so many trails. So even just walking on a trail and seeing the sky and having my music on, that's my time. Like I really enjoy and savor that time. And I realize that the best ideas actually come when I'm on that trail. So I don't know, it's a very small habit, but again, even paying attention to what brings you joy, right, is so essential in like finding ways to recreate that in your day to day.
To summarize it all, life is not about one moment, it is about a mix of small, beautiful moments. Thanks for sharing.
Spot on.
Absolutely. Well put.
Thank you so much, folks. And you're welcome to connect with us on LinkedIn if that's okay, Shubha and Abhita. And I'm also a little too active on LinkedIn, so you're welcome to connect with us. Shubha, Abhita, thank you so much for bringing such powerful advice and all your wisdom to the space. And hopefully, this has been a meaningful conversation for folks in the room. And we hope you can take this energy forward for the rest of the day and the program.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us here today. We loved it. It was very nice, and wishing you all the very best in everything that you do.
Thank you all, and wish you the best. And again, this is one moment in your life, and I hope you can have several better moments in your life as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shubha, and then Abhita, Pooja, and Dr. Chandrasekhar for helping us to realize and maximize our potential to the best our efficiency. You have brought out beautiful points which can probably balance the life and work. And really, we are blessed to have you on the panel. And thank you so much to all of you. Really, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
formally begin the proceedings, I now invite Dr. P. Sri Sudha Ma'am, Assistant Professor ETM, to address the gathering.
Respected President of Gnits Alumni Association and Vice Chairperson Gnits, Srimati G. Srividya Reddy Ma'am, and Principal Dr. K. Ramesh Reddy Sir, and Dean Alumni Relations and Higher Education Dr. P. Venkateshwar Sir, and dear alumni, I welcome you all to the alumni meet. A very good morning. To turn out 2025 USA chapter inauguration at Dallas, Texas. First of all, hearty congratulations to all the alumni for the new chapter launching. And I'm very happy to see all of you here today. And I'll take a moment to present a report on the alumni activities, whatever we have conducted. And I will also share the progress and milestones that we have achieved together. And let me start with the chapters establishment procedure. Actually, chapters are, we thought we started the establishment procedure in June 2022, and we plan to launch the chapters in two locations. One is Bangalore, and the second one is USA, Dallas. Why? Because most of the alumni resides in these two locations, and Bangalore chapter was launched in 2023 December, and it was successfully running, and even it is getting ready to conduct a second reunion very soon, that is next year. And coming to the USA chapter, even we started with very small number of members, just 10 members in a WhatsApp group. Then with the support of all our deans, HODs and all the faculty members, the group has grown up to more than 600 members, and even we are hoping the number may be increased to 1,000. And now we are very happy to celebrate this launch of chapter today. And then actually the USA chapter is started with the aim of connecting and engaging, empowering all our alumni across the USA, and it's a connecting platform to collaborations, professional collaborations, and also mentorship, and it also connects all the alumni, and mainly it provides a platform and provides help, assistance, career guidance assistance to all our present students. That's the main aim of our chapter, and the objectives and the year plans will be explained by our President Shrutika next. And now let me share few achievements of our association. Actually, our alumni continue to give back to their alma mater in many ways, so which includes mock interviews, guest lectures, career guidance talks, and more. Coming to the alumni activities, the last year 24-25, approximately 30 activities conducted, which includes mock interviews, career guidance talks, and project assessment tests, guest lectures, and 1350 students were benefited with these initiatives. And one more important point is our association gives scholarships to needy and meritorious students every year, and last year 23 students received rupees 10,000 each for the academic year 24-25. And one more important point is that the amount was increased from 6,000 to 10,000. Earlier the amount was only 6,000, now the amount was increased to 10,000. Even the award is, the number also increased. And for this, I am very much thankful to our President Ma'am for taking this visionary decision. And then coming to the donations, we donated 7 display boards to the engineering and physical education department in the 2024 year May. And one more important contribution is the Gnits Alumni Association donated 10 lakhs to the Idea Labs for supporting the student innovation that is donated in the September 2025. And one more important point is association, we are maintaining alumni portal for connecting all the alumni. So which is called WOW Network Portal. Through this portal, we are continuously sending success stories and wishes for festivals, and also actively posting the job opportunities through this WOW portal. And as of now, more than 8,000 members were there in the portal. And one more thing is, we release a quarterly newsletter to keep all the alumni engaged and updated. So these are the achievements of association, and now I take this platform to thank management, deans, principals, sir, and all the faculty, alumni coordinators, teaching and non-teaching staff, and also student members for their continuous support. Without their support, this would not be successful. And thank you all, and once again congratulations to Prana team, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Listening to you has reminded us of the college days where even small pep talk before examination felt like ultimate motivation, right? Do you remember this doing with your friends? But until we saw the question paper, which is totally different. So let me continue with the souvenir release. Every alumni meet deserves a keepsake. May I now invite our esteemed dignitaries, Srimati G. Srividya Reddy, Dr. K. Ramesh Reddy, Dr. B. Venkateshlu, and Dr. P. Sri Sudha for the release of our alumni souvenir. Thank you to our beloved GNITS faculty for this souvenir release, which brings back the best of GNITS. So every page of this book holds a story, our proud moments, some laughter, and which bring back our memories. Now we have our respected principal, Dr. So I now invite Vice Chairperson of GNITS, Dr. Srividya Reddy ma'am, to share her words of inspiration.
Good morning to all our beloved alumni, couple of family members that I see over here, and of course, Naidu sir and Anand sir. They have taught me when I was in 99 2000 batch. So welcome. This is our, I guess this is where we start our journey. This is our first US alumni chapter meeting, and we wish to use this platform to grow much bigger, to reach out to many, many more alumni who are here in the US. I've been hearing that there are so many of you. We've not yet been able to reach everybody, but this is how we start, and I'm hoping that with the help of all our alumni who are here and our faculty who are here, ex-faculty, we'll be able to gather in those people and come together and build a bigger network. So you've seen the video. A lot has changed for those of you who've passed out before, and not much for those of you who are, I think, fairly new. But we've been consciously rebranding, repositioning, and changing every year because that's what the market wants as well, right? I mean, we go by what students want from us and what students and parents expect out of us.
So I think for most of you, you know us, you know Gnits as a BTech MTech college. Now we are a management education college as well. We have management course as well. And not many of you know that we have now an AI Seattle Innovation Center where we have a number of student-led startups that are coming up. This was not there again when a couple of you were there. Of course, most of you know we were great in sports. We are still very good in that. And we have built a much bigger sports complex and a much bigger open air auditorium for those of you who've played basketball and volleyball over there. You'll remember how our auditorium is. So a lot of stuff has changed. A couple of you were there in our campus, and we invite that more of you come. Whenever you're in India, come down and pay a visit, call us, and we would love to show you around, see what's happening with your college. And other than this, we also are now planning to introduce many more courses because we are getting our university status soon. So we will be transitioning from only a STEM institution to something which offers much more in terms of law, vocational courses, science courses, etc. So that transitioning is also happening, which is a very big transition for us, but we're getting there as well. Um, so the objective of this meeting is twofold. One, I think first is that we all come together and see how we can make the network stronger and bigger first. At least all of us should know who's living where and who's doing what. Who's there in which company, who's between roles, who's taken a break. I think that situation awareness is what we need to get at, so that we know how to connect with each other easily. If somebody wants to connect, if we want to connect to somebody who's in New Jersey, how do we do that? How do we make it very easy, very simple for all of you to be connected and make use of each other's presence in different companies, different places? So first we strengthen that system, and then we come and see what is it that we can do with that system. When we are back in India and you're here, so how do we make that relationship? How do we sustain the relationship? What kind of um, help or what kind of assistance do you need over here from back home, and what kind of inputs we need from you? That is something that we strengthen, and that is why we have clubbed this with the Karnool College alumni, because they've been doing this since 20 years. So we also wanted to see how is it that they are doing, and what kind of if they're doing from 20 years, that means there is some a relationship that they have established, and they're happy with how they're functioning with the college, and they've also established how they function over here within themselves, because there has to be some purpose for which you're coming together, some motivation, some give and take, because of which you are inspired to come and sit in one place and talk to each other. And what I have seen that they do over there is that every student who comes to the US, right now, they have situational awareness of what is happening in US, because wherever the student comes to study, there is some alumni over there. And the alumni also is aware that, okay, a student is coming from our campus, so they know very well how US is and the kind of situation that is going on over here. So what kind of you don't even have to handhold, you just have to give them inputs in terms of, hey, this is what it is, right? So you make sure that you're taking care of this, you make sure you be like this one, and that's enough. Because back in India, you have a kind of image that, okay, when I go to US, this is going to happen. But maybe after coming here, it's a little different, right? You have to behave differently, different rules, etc. So that situational awareness is what they are giving to anyone who's coming here and studying, and that is something that we look forward to as well, because students are coming here, our alumni is building over here. And again, for you as well, what kind of if you come back to India, what is it that you look forward to? Because now there are a lot of entrepreneurship opportunities for which people are coming back to India. There are a lot of people who have shifted back to India that I know of, even my friends who've studied engineering in our college. So they must be looking at some kind of how do we build our footing. I have my college right there, right? You have your college in Hyderabad, you have another establishment in Karnool. So with so much of establishment, how can I ask for help? That's another thing. So I think this relationship is what we should work on. So first we will strengthen, we will come together and see who is where, I think is the first step. And then what can we do with each other? So that's what we're trying to do. And again, thank you all for first of all showing up. I don't know who's from Dallas or anyone who's traveled here from outside. Yeah, so I think that's great that you made the effort to travel here, take a flight, or come by road. But please go back and tell your friends that you were here. Yeah, because they should also know that we are making an effort to come and build this alumni network, and we will definitely sit and work towards making this stronger. And I have very high hopes on the EC as well, to plan something nice and interesting for all of us, so that everyone is inspired and motivated. And yeah, looking forward to many years of this alumni network relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for motivating us with your vision. And now here we invite our respected principal, Dr. K. Ramesh Reddy sir, to share a few words with us.
Very good afternoon. Hi guys. Can I get a great question for you all? Or exam? Okay, good afternoon. I don't want to conduct any kind of test for you all. Okay, so please sit and do for me. Right. Because after looking at the place, that I'm remembering one other song that's very frequently that we used to hear in Telugu. Only I will the read out the Pallavi. గుర్తుకొస్తున్నాయి గుర్తుకొస్తున్నాయి ఎదలోతులో ఏ మూలనో నిద్రించు జ్ఞాపకాలు నిద్రలేస్తున్నాయి గుర్తుకొస్తున్నాయి గుర్తుకొస్తున్నాయి. Because this is the moment that the memories to be recollected when we are at the Gnits or when we are at the college of the 4 years. Okay. So because 4 years is a very long time, but the memories are the leaves are the things are very short term, the things, but the memories can be repeated for the long, even forever. So that's the reason that. And also on behalf of the Gnits, and thank you all for the arranging and inviting us as the guests for this alumni association. I think Ghana. Okay, so the Gnits alumni, the Association of North America. So Ghana, it's because keeping the Ghana in the sense that in the Telugu we know. What is it? Sounds. Okay, because when you hear some kind of the music, or in terms of the songs, or when you hear some kind of the songs, then definitely our mind will becomes afresh. Okay. So that's why when you attend this kind of the meetings conducted by Ghana, that kind of what you can say, the sense of the mutual understandings, mutual relations, which have to be increased. That's what our the president of the Gnits alumni, the association, the Gnits have already told about this. I've already informed you the objective of this. But anyway, so the Gnits is concerned, there are lots of what you can say changes in every aspect. I think just a small question which I would like to, because being a principal or being a teacher, that's the natural. Okay, that how many of you know the Chitta Chettu in the Gnits? Oh, that's great. But now that Chitta Chettu have been replaced with the IT block. Do you know that?
No.
Have you shared that after the completion of your the studies over there? No. So the Chinta Chettu now it's no more, but it has been replaced with the IT block. And how many of you are aware of the what you can say these examination section, a classroom? The classrooms are a shed. Yes, the classrooms. I mean, examination halls, sheds. Okay, it starts from EC block and ends at okay the parking place. Yeah, how many of you are aware of that? Oh, that's nice. This bag. So that the shed has been replaced with silver jubilee block. Okay, and then how many of you is the open auditorium? Open auditorium, but of course it's but that has been replaced with a very bigger auditorium with the indoor sports as well. The shuttle badminton courts with the first floor and the second floor. That is the coming up now.
We have all the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. So because like this, there are many changes that are happening. And how many of you are aware of the memorial? Or is of the Pulariti Garu and Narayana Garu? Okay. So memorial is the constructed in front of back side of the administrative block. And I think when I've eaten the snacks or some kind of stuff in canteen. Where is it? Your canteen is located? Next to administration block, right? Am I correct? Okay. But that administrative block now has been replaced with the innovation and incubation block. With the beautifully designed and beautifully the making this interiors very good. Very with this innovation and incubation block has been. But of course, the canteen is shifted to the somewhere else. So that like this at every place that is the changes that are happening. But do you know the quarters, the staff quarters, or you can say the non-teaching or hostel? Yeah, we have provided the quarters for them internally. So that has been provided over there. But now most of this has been demolished, and now we are beautifying with the temple. The temple which is the coming up over there. And then, how many hostels are there in the Gnits campus? How many hostels? Yes. 2 hostels. Any more? 2? 2 hostels? Okay. Now, one more hostel is added. That is H3. It's completely AC, furnished with ACs. And how many of you are aware of common rooms? Common, what you can say, the bathrooms or washrooms or whatever. Now they are completely demolished this common rooms, and now we are making it. We made it attached bathrooms, attached washrooms in all the H1 and H2, and even in the H3. So these are the majority of the changes that are happening. And how many of you are aware of sports? What's her name? That's nice. Still, she is here. And those who are coming from ETM, can you name your teachers? Ramakrishna Garu, yes. Krishna Reddy Garu, Ramlinga Reddy Garu. So they're all there in the campus. And from Tripoli, yes. Ramna Reddy sir, Mala Reddy sir. But of course, my name will not be there. I am also of Tripoli only. Okay. But anyway.
Some of those are going to appear before you a little, not by physically, but by photo and voice. They'll appear your time.
Yeah, later that is going to have. Anyway, then similarly for the CSC, Sita Ma'am, Sharda Ma'am, Kalyani Ma'am, and Naidu sir and Anand sir were there in up to the 2003 sir, or 2002 and 2004. That's right. And then IT, yes. Can you name the few of the? Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's nice. I think Ravi Prakash sir, Ram Charan Garu. Okay, any more? Yes. Usha Ma'am. Yeah. These are all still continuing in the IT. And what about
I'll add one point. The wonderful thing is these two are here in Dallas.
yeah.
Settled here.
Settled here.
Settled here.
And EC, Ganapati Reddy sir, Padmaja Ma'am, and Ragini Ma'am. Yeah. And I'm surprisingly note that the few members are from ICE also are attending for this the meeting. Yeah, Radha Krishnamurthy sir, he is no more now. So, Nageswara sir, now he is with the Triple E. And P. Ramakrishna Reddy Garu is also now HOD of Triple E. Okay, so, but I see it is closed, but merged with the CSC. That's nice. So, this is only a small memory test for you all. Okay, but anyway, so on behalf of the Gnits, and we appreciate the steps which the association is taking for the improving the quality and the infrastructure and the motivating, or you can say our juniors, your juniors, and so on and so forth. So, and also we are very much thankful to the association, alumni association, for the donating the 10 lakhs, the rupees for the establishment of the Idea Lab. Because the Idea Lab is sanctioned by AICTE with the worth of the 1 crore. So, out of which the 30 lakhs should be sponsored by the alumni association and then the industry. That the part has been completed by our alumni association. We are very much thankful to that, and we are and 30%, 30 lakhs, another 30 lakhs will be given by the AICTE, and 30 lakhs will be provided by the colleges. So now we are in the plan of establishing that the Idea Lab, so that from the first year onwards, because our objective of establishing this Idea Lab is from the first year onwards, that we would like to improve the skill set, skills among the students. So by doing the simple kind of the projects, and actually in order to develop the problem solving skills from the first year onwards, so that because now skill set is more important than the, but of course apart from the academics, there is a reason we would like to concentrate on that particular side also. And apart from that, and the publications, research, and everything has been improved. Now we made it the mandatory for all the faculty to publish at least the 1 or 2 the papers in the Scopus journals, the standard journals, and also the students also we are making it compulsory for publishing the project works in the projects, because you know that the NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, is looking for the research, one of the parameters. The research is one of the parameters for giving the rankings for this. And I'm happy to inform you that, and we are in the band range of the 200 to 300. The particular the 2025. So NIRF ranking, we are in the band range of the 2000 to 300. only the very few colleges have got this particular the kind of the opportunity to get this NARF ranking. And apart from that, I think we know that the accreditation, NBA accreditation, National Board of Accreditation, then all our UG programs, because we are running the 10 UG programs, out of which 8 UG programs are accredited by NBA. But the other 2 programs, which are not eligible for the accreditation because they were recently started, which includes AI and ML and the data science. So that's the reason almost the 80% of the UG courses were accredited by the NBA, but all PG courses, because we are offering the 5 PG courses in the 5 departments. The PG courses in the 5 departments. So all these PG courses are accredited by the NBA. So, but of course, this is only the first women's engineering college. What we can say, all the courses were accredited by NBA. So that is another the achievement which we got it the recently. So. And similarly, the faculty strength is also more than the 250, and out of which we have crossed 100 the PhD holders. Almost 100 the faculty members have completed the PhD, and the remaining another 120 they have reached for PhD, and very soon that the 50% we may reach the 50% of the faculty may complete their the PhD. So that is one of the criteria is required for the ASAP or UGC. And one more happy news to you all that our the Gnits now, which is under autonomous status, now is moving forward to get the deemed to be university. Yes, all the efforts which you are putting up for that. And definitely the more number of courses, that's what already the mom have informed you. So more number of courses that we are going to offer. Not only STEM, but the management, the sciences, law, vocational courses, and the so and so forth. Nearly, and apart from that, already we are offering the minor degree courses in AI and ML, data science, and IoT. And we would like to strengthen further micro and minor the courses in the for the UG at the UG and the PC level. So these are our the future, what you can say the objectives. And once again, I wish you all the best, and I thank the EC members of alumni for giving an opportunity to participate in the loss. Okay. And it's University of United States of Hyderabad. The loss of US. So United States of Hyderabad, because most of the Telugu people, Telugu community people are settled here. So that's the reason that we always, but that's the reason that the first meeting was arranged in Dallas. Mostly, many more meetings also to be the plan in the some other the places. If you come forward, the alumni, if you come forward, definitely will support you in conducting this kind of meetings. Because in order to develop the know-how, and also in order to what you can say, increase the good relations among all of us. So once again, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I wish you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for those wonderful words. Your encouragement continues to guide us even miles away from the campus. So now it's time to recall our golden days. So now sit back and enjoy a glimpse of Jane ideas through this video presentation. Such a nostalgia. Those corridors, classrooms, and hostel rooms still so fresh. And quick show of hands. How many of you ever bunked? We really run our business through. How many of you ever bunked a class and spent that exact time in canteen? Yeah, that's the whole point.
We are not like
Yeah, that's it. It was. Yes. Do you want to talk about that experience going to the Galaxy Theatre?
I'll say something. It's not a great experience. I'm not one of those who bunked the college often. And there was this one time that we bunked and the commerce teacher, she made sure we said, sorry to principal next day. The one time I did, I have to go and say, I mean, the whole class bunked. So we have to go to principal and say sorry to bunking the class. So,
Is there someone in the room who want to share similar stories?
So thank you for sharing a memory with us, Ravali. And now the most awaited announcement. So it's lunch. The only time in college when everyone magically.
There's a small time.
Now, let us hear from Shrutika Katakam. She's alumna of EC 2004 to 2008 batch, who has been the driving force of this USA chapter.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and very warm welcome to the Ghana Gnits Alumni Association of North America. Today marks a special moment. It's not just a gathering of alumni, but it's a celebration of a new beginning. And also, you might see some glimpse of where we are headed towards. I'm honored to take the trip with you guys and get more encouragement from you. Okay, about us. Why Ghana and what's our purpose? Like, you have seen a lot of talks today where we need to improve our mentorship, we need to improve our networks, and also how Sri Jaman explained like how we can bring change in ourselves, how we can support each other. So basically, we started this to share a longing and stay connected and support one each other. And we also want to give back to the place where we came from and what shaped us. So we all know that we have built a special bond and that we can never forget. And we want to take back, we want to give it forward and showcase what we can do to our community. And here in USA, alumni is very scattered across different states and time zones, but our bond with GDH remains strong. So, yeah. Moving to our aims and objectives. So, we want to connect alumni across North America and break silos and share stories and also empower everyone through mentorship, career guidance, and training. And we actively want to collaborate with Gnits India and see what are their needs, what we can fulfill them. And also we want to celebrate the success that we are making after we graduated from our college, like share success stories and also honor memories and build relationships with one together. These are just our aims and not our statements. We try to see where we can go from here. Next. So that road ahead and what we're taking, let's take a peek into it. And we plan to launch periodic regular meetups, some virtual, some in person. We'll figure it out. And that's to ensure that alumni everywhere can stay connected and build our networks. We also want to roll out a formal Ghana mentorship network, pairing alumni with Gnits students back at home to help their early career choices. And we also want to see if we can organize webinars, workshops, and leadership sessions that will help growth and learning that can never stop within our success. And we want to see what channels we can, what channels we can pursue so that we can contribute to the social impactful projects like education, women empowerment, and outreaches back to home. And every initiative is a stepping stone towards strengthening our legacy. So next slide, please. So we have a group of people that are enthusiastic and came forward to support this event and also the plan ahead. So it took an immense amount of team building and everything that come together. And this is the committee that you are seeing right here that is going to make it happen. So I would like to call upon one by one so that we can start recognizing them and understand who they are and you know who to reach out when you have a question and whatnot. And let's begin. You can skip my slide. I call upon Shivita ma'am to honor the EC members. Next, I call upon Cherita. It's Cherita.
Request principal sir, please honor the speakers. Stand.
Rabia. Is there? Archana. Madhulika. Cycle. Tejashwi. Tejashwi.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. B. Venkateshwar sir to honor the members. Tejashwi Nand.
My favorite student did project under my guidance. Patent as well. Nine people, third eye, along with Vaishnavi. These two are batchmates, classmates. They have been doing wonderful job. Her courage is really great. So nice.
Sriyashi. Gayatri. I see.
I remember you have a sister.
Yeah.
Same institution. Siblings.
Yeah, we were from the same institution.
You have Ramani, your another classmate.
Thank you, sir. Now let's have a group photo. Please see me.
Please join here, same circle. Some this side, some this side. Some of you come. Maybe it's not great. Really honored to have them here. They have been down there. The moment we got they are here and are there to help anything, everything. They have a big fan following.
Thanks everyone for honoring the executive members that have the event. So there is a lot more, we're not done. So we actually love your input and we are looking forward for many of you to come forward and participate in the events that we just described, like for mentorship, for networking and whatnot. We want continued support in this organization where you can empower other fellow alumni and also students from our teams. And also there is also fundraising. So please help whatever you can and participate in the events and continue to honor our genius. There is a lot more after lunch. So we'll take a break for lunch for an hour and meet here at 2 p.m. And continue our program. There is a lot of nostalgic moments, there are performances, and also important talks.
I'm going to give you a 13-point contribution that we can differently can contribute. All please be there after lunch. I'm going to give you some sort of avenues where you can contribute. It cannot be all the time money, but there are many avenues to do that. Please be here after lunch. I'll be taking over and showing you some of this.
Please join us for a delicious meal and endless conversations.
Yeah.
You are the senior Srividya. ఇది నేనే